Alright, now we're going to take this design, balance, which obviously I'm still working on. It's definitely not what I want to end up when we go into doing the design with all 6 words. But what I want to show you now is how to take either 1, 2, 3, 4, or all the type, all the font, and rotate elements. Like, for example, rotate the B, maybe tilt it a little bit, take the A and tilt it, or do like a 180 on one. And it's a pretty simple procedure. So anyways, we have this design. Just for a quick review, I can turn the background off, which is white, and then I have all these layers which can be turned on and off. And if I go way up to the top, way up to the, let's say right up here where my cursor is moving around, 11 a.m., we have auto select, and then we have show transform tools. What I want to do is make sure both of those are clicked on. And just for a quick example, I can click on this B, this uppercase B, and notice how it automatically goes to that layer. If I don't have that auto select turned on, look at, I can't automatically click a layer on. Like, for example, this A, N, C, E. I can't go and like click that on, but if I have auto select turned on, look at, I can click on that and it goes over and highlights that layer, A, N, C, E, or the A and L. So just for a quick example, I could take this A and L, and if I have the auto select layer turned on, auto on, and then show transform tools, what the show transform tools does is it puts this box around it with all of these little anchor points, like here up in the corner, here, here, here. And all you need to do, if you look real carefully, notice how when I go to the side, this allows me to pull it out that way. Well, I don't want to do that. If I go to any of the corners, notice how the 2 arrows sort of have a little bit of a curve. So I could take that and just turn it, just like that, and sort of play around with the idea of balance. So let's say I put the A like that, or I could balance it like this. Just explore different options. Or I can go to escape on my keyboard, click on the great big B, look at that, and take the whole B and turn it like that. So that's one letter at a time. Now, if I wanted to take the entire thing, the entire unit, and rotate it, watch this little trick. We have auto select turned on, so I can start up here and actually grab. All you need to do is take your mouse, hold down with your index finger on the left side, and sort of pull down this imaginary group of marching ants. So what that does, it actually groups all the layers together. And let me show you that again. So come up here and just click in the negative space and the empty space, and as you're holding it down, you're moving your mouse across downward to group the whole thing. So that's one way you can group. And then from there, look at this. I can take the entire unit and turn it any way I want, and sort of play up on the idea of balance too. So that's one way to group. Another way to group, I could hold down, like for example, this A, N, C, E, and then hold down my Shift key on my keyboard and actually click on the A and the L. What that actually did is grouped everything once again. Or let's say I just want to rotate the A, the L, and the A and C, E. I could turn off the great big B and just group the layers that are turned on, rotate it a little bit, and then turn my great big B back on and get a different take on the idea of balance. So, as I mentioned again, experiment as much as you can, play around with different ideas, and in the end you're going to need to have 3 completely different designs for the design concept, it's a layout concept, balance. So watch this. I could grab this. I could make it smaller. And just since we're here, watch this little trick. I have everything grouped. I'm going to hold down my Alt key. I'm going to hold down my Alt key. And what Alt is going to do, it's going to allow me to copy the entire unit like this. So on the same page, I could play around with a few different ideas for balance. So instead of this great big B, maybe I'll make the B a little bit smaller, and I'll put it, let's see, maybe right balance, maybe I'll put it right there, play around with a slightly different concept. Okay, right here, and then I'll hold down my Shift key and just stretch out that whole thing. So when you do that, you want to make sure you hold down your Shift key. Well, if you hold down your Shift key, you got to pull from the corner. But if you hold down your Alt and Shift, it constrains it. So you're not going to be able to really distort that much. Right now I'm doing a few things that I haven't taught you. Alright, so we have that. And maybe I'll pull this up, go a little bit bigger, and play around with the idea of rotation. So let me rotate these just to make sure we understand rotation. Grab the corner. Let's see, put that right here. And then I'm going to take that B, maybe rotate that a little bit. Maybe I'll do it like this. I'll go straight. So here's another concept that's still being developed. I could grab that whole unit. So you just grab these, move it over, and actually come out with develop another concept on the same page. Now let's see, we have something here. I'll go right there. Okay, I have a great big A there that's in white. Let me highlight that. Go to Apply, highlight that, and then go Delete on my keyboard, just so we don't have that white A hanging around. Let's see, maybe I'll rotate this like this. Yeah, I like this idea. Perpendicular. Sort of a stabilizer. Oh, then we'll go like that. And then maybe I'll play around at some point with this B, different orientations. And I could group the whole thing and make it smaller. So there's a lot of possibilities. I don't want to get too advanced at this point. So here we are. Rotating letters is pretty simple. Just to make sure we understand it totally, if I type that uppercase letter and stretch it out like this, actually it's a lowercase a. See, I can just grab that and rotate. Now if you don't have that show transform tools, make sure you click it on up top so you see that bounding box all the way around. And that is it.